Hey guys, it's 10BizMan here, and here I'm going to show you a little tutorial about how to use Pokegen. For those who don't know, I do use Pokegen to generate my Pokemon, and got a problem with it. Too bad, it's a staple of 5th generation, so got a problem with it. Seriously, fuck you and deal with it. So, without further ado, here we go with Pokegen. This is the version 3.0 B24. You can Google it online. It's a very useful way of just Jenny in general. But here I'll show you how to get everything legal and stuff. So, like for example, you can for the species, pick any of the Pokemon. It goes by alphabetical. You can also just type it in. I'll just use Ambipom as an example. Give it a nickname if you'd like it, and you usually don't have to bother experience, nor and just set it to usually 100 unless you're using Little Cup. And then you can choose its nature. Most Ambipoms typically are Jolly, so I will make it. Oops, sorry, as I spell it wrong miserably because I don't think. Nature Jolly. Held item, depends on what you want to hold it. You can look at small gun sets for more further in-depth information. But, like, for example, I already have an Ambipom saved on here, but I'm going to give it in life form. That's pretty much a standard item for it. And happiness, it usually doesn't work, but you can you can put it up to 255. It's technically supposed to max out your return power, but there is a glitch that actually really, when it actually goes into your game, it's not max happiness, which is why I typically return using Pokemon to level 50 and then just level up with rare candies from there. But that's completely up to the player. And the ability, you got to make sure it's a legal ability, otherwise you're automatically making it illegal. So we'll throw Technician onto that thing. And then the country, it's going to be always U.S., UK, Australia, unless you live in a different country. And then the origin depends on the moves you give it to it. This one, since most Ambipom do carry low kick and it's a tutor move, so you can put the origin as either any of the 4th gen games technically. So Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, Heart, Gold, Soul, Silver. So for this example, I'll just use Pearl. Oops, yeah, I did get that. And then you can make it male or female. And Shiny Leaf doesn't matter just because it's irrelevant in 5th gen. So, and then you can say if it got Pokeroost and Shiny, but onto the Met tab. And typically for this Pokemon, it's going to have a tutor move. I usually just put it as Sinnoh, because when you do Poke-Transfer Pokemon over, it will register the Pokemon as where it came from, either Sinnoh or Johto, depending on which 4th gen game you use. And for this example, it's going to be Sinnoh. The default for this is Cherish Ball. I really don't like Cherish Ball to boot, so since it is an egg hatch Pokemon, I'm going to go for Pokeball. The level depends on what level it's sent at. I'm just going to say 1 for reasons. It usually gives the default date as today's date, and you can change that up on our progress. Doesn't really matter. And for the encounter, considering this is not a egg hatch Pokemon in black or white, I usually just put Cotton Building because you technically do thanks to the Poke-Transfer. I usually do that, but that's completely up to the player, and therefore you can leave the as egg blank. But if you're already using black or white, you can click as egg and then go to encounter. For if you're egg hatch, you can go egg, Pokepark event, hit a Honey Tree or Shame, and that's for all hatched Pokemon. And then you can type in the location where it hatched. You can use, most people will either put Skyro Bridge, or that my default is Route 3, because I usually, when I did hatch, I used an action replay to speed up the hatching process. That's why I put Route 3 and the date at which time the egg hatched. And but again, in this situation, we're going to leave this check unslashed. And for the stats, and the default for stats is 31 every IV, unless you want to run a specific hidden power. So we're going to get 31 IVs. This one's going to have 4 EVs into HP. That way it just has an extra tiny bit of bulk. 31 IVs into HP, or not HP, attack. And then we're going to, get that 252 into attack. 31 defense. I mean, you can notice the difference between 0 and 31 IVs immediately. And 31 IVs and everything is the standard. But I guess you can mix and match as you see fit, but it is the recommendation to have 31 in every stat, unless you want a specific hidden power. With all IVs at 31, hidden power dark is the hidden power you'll receive for that, but you can make it like hidden power ice if you make speed 30 and a bunch of other combos, but you can usually check Bulletpedia if you want the complete list. I could leave a link in the description. I guess I could do that, so I might do that, but those are stats for a completely legal Jelly Ambipom right here. So, then we go to its attacks. Just make sure you give it moves that it can learn. So, for example, I'm not going to give this return just because I'm going to, put double hit. And you can scroll down, but it is preferred that you, jeez, I can't spell. It is preferred that you just type in the moves. It makes it, because it will register right away. And then we're going to go low kick. Let's see here. U-turn. And then fake out. So there's that. And then you can go over here where it says PP ups. And you can make 3 into each. That way they're all maxed out on power points. Again, that's also a standard. You will find yourself in a pretty big disadvantage if you do not put 3 onto every move, just because, again, 3 PPFs is usually the standard. And you can put the ID in. For me, personally, like I said, we'll put it just because my white ID is that. And then the secret ID I found for a action replay code, but it's not required. You can usually, if you don't know it, you can usually put in the same ID as your normal one and not have to deal with it badly, but that's my secret ID. And then I put my trainer name, and that's, I mean stupid, wow. That's my Pearl ID. I can't use the same ID if it just came from the other one, so if I don't know my Pearl secret ID, I'm just going to put in the same ID for that. And then, usually this stuff can be ignored, it's not anything important, but go back to main. You can usually leave this place part blank because it will fill out automatically once you save the Pokemon. And then, you could use this, but since I don't have an R4, or I do have an R4, I just don't use it, but then you go to File, Save Pokemon from Tabs, and you can save it as a Pokemon file. And as you can tell, I have a bunch of freaking files here. So just name it what you want, click Save, put it into a folder where you'll recognize this is my folder, Pokegen Pokemon. And yeah, then of course I'm not going to save it, but I'll show you an example of where to find it. So if I open my browser and I go to Pokemon Selector, which is Pokegen UTS 5th Gen Upload, and then you can upload your Pokemon files here, and they will be distributed off the Global Trade Center. So you can choose a file, any of these Pokemon sets. So for example, I could put, I think my Ambipom, I have another Ambipom somewhere. Yeah, Ambipom Standard. I can put that, and I can click on Submit, and it will send it to, this one's actually set at level 50 because, again, the return issue, but that is sent over GTS, and then all you need to do is go to your DNS settings on your DS, and all you need to do is input 204.045.029.054, test the connection. If it connects, you're all set, and then head to the Global Trade Center, all the way to the right, go to Global Trade, and then you should receive that Pokemon the exact same stuff. So, and also make sure you have a full party when you do that, otherwise the Pokemon will come in quite odd. So, make sure you have a full party when you do that. But that's basically how you use Pokegen, and I know one of my subscribers really wanted to know that, and that's probably one of the closest, one of the best walkthroughs I can do. If people need more information, feel free to message me or whatever. Not a big deal. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. You can also, if my demonstration wasn't too great, you could always check Google and type it in yourself and try to see other people's portray on how they do that, but this is my way of doing Pokegen. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So expect the battle upload in a little bit. So bye.